I was eyeballing this from a distance. I was saying to myself, oh, you can look at fine dining a lot of different ways, and we all love to step out. Some of us have our favorite restaurants that we like to go to. You know the meals that get you excited the most when you sit down with a friend, with your significant other, someone that you're taking to one of your favorite spots for the first time. But first you have to know the person. You have to understand the person that you're actually dining with. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Whether I know you or I do not know you whatsoever, I promise you, I'm about to bring you some combination flavors that are gonna make you appreciate food in a whole new light. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm at Michael Jordan Steakhouse inside of Mohegan Sun right now with
director, culinary chef, whatever, it's all the same. I just make people fat and happy.
Yes, Chip Miller.
How we doing?
Doing good, Chip. How you feeling, man?
I'm wonderful, I'm wonderful.
Look, I'm excited right now because you allowed for me to come in the house of the spot that I love to eat at anyway.
Well, we're glad to have you. We got some things going on the grill for you, so we can't wait.
Something special?
Something special.
Now, Chip, tell the individuals that have no idea about Michael Jordan Steakhouse some of the foods, the fine, delectable foods that you guys offer up.
So our steaks are obviously the reason why everyone comes. Our steaks comes from Lynn's Meats in Chicago. We have a Black Angus heritage, so we know the whole life cycle of our cows. We know what they're eating, we know everything about them, and then we can also know the breed that we're getting. So when you get your steak has been hand selected. They're hand bred. They're just amazing steaks. So obviously I can say is we have the best steaks on the Eastern Coast, if not the whole country. And this filet, since it's been dry aged, the flavor on it, the tenderness, it's amazing.
I can attest to that because I have run through plenty of steaks here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've never had a steak at Michael Jordan Steakhouse, if you're out there in Chicago, or if you're over here in Connecticut, you might want to slide by, make it happen for yourself. You're missing out on something great. So now I'm just going to give you guys a glimpse of how I normally get down when I slide to the steakhouse. I don't know what it is that you love, but I'm gonna showcase some food that's gonna get you in the mood, have you feeling right for the night with that bite of delight, yes indeed. Now I know you already know about that Canadian bacon, that thick slice, nice supreme cut of bacon, that type of bacon. I don't know if you can see it from a distance. That's that thickness that's going on that gives you all of that flavor, that what I like to call the pork, that salty love, and yet you have, hold on, let me hit it one time. Crisp ends, huh? And when you're thinking of the crisp ends, what I'm trying to explain to you, you gotta think of like burnt ends in the barbecue game. That's how crispy the ends are right there. I'm gonna take you so old school. If you kind of remember the flavor of that Spam back in the days, when your money wasn't right, right? But now take Spam and elevate it up like 30 levels of greatness. And think of the best bacon that you've ever had. I'm gonna give you a moment, because you know I gotta take another bite of delight. I want you to get that bacon together, go ahead. You never had anything so tender, so sweet. It's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner in every single bite. Nothing should be this good. Oh. But aside from steaks, I mean, for appetizers, what do you guys have?
Well, of course we have our garlic bread. Everyone calls it the go-go bread, but it's a wonderful stack of bread.
I believe there's a savage in you. You take that garlic bread, you take that thick bacon. You see where I'm about to go? You're probably not paying attention. I'm gonna take it there slowly. I'm gonna make a little sandwich. Ooh, there it is right there. Get yourself excited and show your taste buds the appreciation that they deserve. Now, when I combine things, sometimes I win and sometimes I lose. This is definitely a win. This is what the Knicks have been looking for years, a win. These are the things that you need to try at least one time in your life. If you never ever do them again, you slide on down to Michael Jordan Steakhouse. You make sure you get that garlic bread with that fondue, the extra thick Canadian bacon slices, crispy with the maple love. You put them together in a sandwich after you hit them individually, and you tell me this is nothing short of amazing. Oh wait, oh yeah, wait. Let me ask, because there's a lot of individuals out there, you don't mess with meat whatsoever. We have a lot of vegans out there, vegetarians and such. what other options are for them at the steakhouse?
Everybody, come on in.
Nice.
It doesn't matter. We have a lot of fish dishes on the menu. Our chicken is a salt block seared chicken, which is really, really great. And of course, if it's not on the menu, we'll customize for you. Now this right here,
Yeah.
this is our beef fat glaze. Every one of our steaks gets that on top.
Okay, so the beef fat glaze goes on top right here.
As the steak is resting, before it comes to the plate, we throw that on there. And then it comes to your plate. And you have your balsamic julie right there.
All right. And what type of pork chop is this again?
It's a caribou to pork chop. So it's almost like, it's like a cotton candy. It's like sticky, it's sweet. It's amazing.
Stop.
Oh
Stop
yeah,
it, Chip.
you're gonna love it.
Chip, what do you got going on here?
This is heaven right here.
Heaven, huh?
You have no
It is
idea.
heaven.
You will never eat butternut squash any other way after you eat this.
Now, this don't look like no regular corn, Chip.
Nope, we take fresh corn every day on the cob, char it in the same broiler you cook your steaks in, then we shave it off, saute to order.
Ooh, I hit that right there. A little bit of. Ooh, let me see the butter just sitting there dripping, looking crazy. All right, hold up. Oh, there we go. It's a special little glaze right there that's happening, all right?
It's all right.
Chip, I gotta bite this thing up like a savage now. I was gonna cut it, but let's just get into it, right?
That's what the bone's for.
What I like here, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know the type of pork chops that you're used to. You see the thickness that's happening here in this pork chop? When that glaze hits you, the glaze is unexpected. It's a very light hint of sweetness. Nothing that's overpowering the pork chop, because you know that pork chop has to have that like type of bite to it. I'm giving you the sound effects because when you bite down into a pork chop, that's what you're getting. But then you have that crisp right off the top of that glaze infused in with the pork chop, and you see all the juices. All the juices were trying to hold their lives together. They couldn't. They broke apart and started dripping all over the plate. And my plate looks like a swimming pool of happiness. Give me a second. Look at that. Look at that right there. Would you look at that? Did you look how happy that pork chop was? Pork chop just sitting there swimming in its juices. And then we have some of the mashed potato up over here, Chip.
Just a little horseradish mashed.
Oh, let's go ahead and get some of that right there. Mix it in with the juices. Don't ever disrespect juices on a plate. When you see the horseradish mash sitting there, you go ahead and just let it go ahead and soak that thing up right there. Just treat it like cotton, taking care of a situation. Oh. Ooh. Ooh, that tang, Chip, that tang in that horseradish mash, right? Ooh, I wasn't ready for it. But it's nice and buttery. Oh, I like that. Oh my goodness. I'm all over the place. Let me get some of that corn before I step into heaven. Oh, Chip, what we got on the side of the corn over here? Some type of onion?
Little shallots.
Oh, shallots. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Let's get all that. All it is just extra flavor, people. You see the steam coming up. No. This ain't one of those locations where they bring you out lukewarm food. Cut that out. Right here, you're getting it hot. I don't even know why I'm holding it like this. I'm a champion, that's why. It's burning in my hand. I'm waiting for the flavor to hit me. That almost tastes like mama fried corn on a Saturday morning. You probably don't know nothing about no fried corn. All right, we'll talk about it another time. Corn niblets right here got a nice little bite to them. Nice little pop once you go ahead and take that first hit. And when you hit the pop, that's nothing but the extra flavor. Shallots already kicking up saying, welcome to Corn Niblet World. This is Corn Niblet World, where you are nothing but a guest inside of our house. And when you become a guest inside of the house, you are getting fed well. That's the only option there is. You better get it to, oh, look at that steam. Look at that steam still going. Chip can't tell me about heaven and give me anything less. Why am I still holding this? Because I'm a champion of madness, that's why. Let me tell you something though. It's burning in my hand still. Chip, is that peanut butter on top?
No, that's cashew brittle.
Cashew brittle. Oh. Would you, ooh. I see why you call it brittle. Yes, I do. What you know about that peanut brittle? When the last time you had peanut brittle? It's been a minute, I know. I can tell the way you looking at me, it's been a minute. butternut squash, a little bit of cashew brittle. Let's go. Ooh, light and crunchy all at the same time. A little bit of sweetness right there. Cashews over there putting a little overtime with the work. I like that. Nice little combination. A little offset, something that's unexpected. You already know, I mean, if you know what the butternut squash is all about, then you already kind of have an idea. The little addition of the brittle on top, that's what you actually have to break through. And it's almost like, you know, thin ice. When you're skating on thin ice, like you have no business out there because you know the ice is going to start cracking, but you go out there anyway and hope that somebody's going to save you. Ain't nobody going to save you when you take a bite of heaven like that. You're just going to fall up off in there, and then that's going to be total bliss for your face, Chip. You're amazing. Yes. I was eyeballing this from a distance. I was saying to myself, medium well, people. Everybody likes a steak a little bit different. Some like it medium rare. Some like it just rare done. They like on the bloody side of life. Now, Chip, once again, what is this called?
Our beef Fat Glaze. It's a secret recipe. Every steak gets it. It goes a coating on top right after it comes out of the broiler. Lets it rest for a little while.
Just go ahead and we're gonna hit it right there on the side. Just I like where you're going. I appreciate you. Once again, more juices all over my plate. That's how a steak should rest properly. You cut up off in the steak and you don't see any juices come out, you go ahead and send that steak back. They didn't do you the right way. They don't care about your feelings. Ooh.
When you eat at this side. You have a ribeye. Ribeye's here. That muscle on the outside is called the spinalis. That's what all of this wonderfulness is.
Yeah, all the greatness.
Fat, you have the most tenderness, and everyone always get the chuck side, because if you order a ribeye from the chuck side, it has the biggest spinalis. So wherever you get a ribeye, at Delmonico, always ask, I want the chuck side.
Chuck side.
Yeah, because when you get the chuck side, your spinalis is nice and huge, and your eye is small.
Ah, okay.
You eat well done steaks, your eye will always be dry, unless you get the right size spinalis. So if you sometimes you get a ribeye, the eye is like this big, and your spinalis is only like this. That centerpiece is going to be dry, no matter what you do to it. So when you go in and say, hey, I want it from the chuck side, one, your server knows, oh wow, he knows a lot about meat. And two is you'll guarantee the best steak ever.
Oh, hold on now. Now listen, this ain't no A1 steak sauce right here. Chip, tell them one more time what we're working with.
That's our balsamic julie.
Yes.
It's going to cut the fat of the steak. It's going to balance out all the flavors. It really hits the spot.
Now, that balsamic over my steak. The steak already had me in a good place because it was juicy still. Medium well, some individuals mess up. You end up getting that dry steak and you're like, it is what it is. You need the steak juicy enough that it's going to automatically slide down with ease, coat your stomach, make your soul feel warm on the inside. You have that moment of greatness when you're saying to yourself, now this is steak. Somebody loved that cow, massaged the cow, didn't feed it regular grass, uprooted that cow, put it off by itself, and said, you're getting the finest grass ever, cow. Yeah, that's what I have. But then Chip messed around and gave me the balsamic action right here. When all you do is mix up those type of juices, and you're saying to yourself, what is going on inside of my mouth? That's your taste buds thanking you. That's what it is. Individuals come here for a lot of different plates, a lot of different bites, right? What's like the most requested dish that you find yourself cooking often for the customers?
It really depends on the event going on. We do a lot of everything. You know, it could be a good night where we're doing the porterhouses. You got a lot of people coming in for date night. So porterhouse for two. We have people who want the Delmonico that's sitting in front of you right now, all by themselves. So the good thing about our food here is we really have a great balance of everything we do. Changing the menu 2 or 3 times a year to make sure the menus are perfect, make sure the flavors are in with the season, the local foods, and make sure everyone's having an experience of a lifetime when they come in and eat.
Listen here, Chip. I'm already getting excited, all right? Because I already know what's coming. Chip, there's something special on the dessert menu that I saw for the first time, blew my mind. Is that really a 23-layer cake? Chip?
It is 23 layers of chocolate heaven.
How big is that, Chef?
So we're talking about this big. So obviously it represents the number of Mr. Jordan.
Yes.
And so it's amazing.
23 layers Chip just brought out. You guys see it. Look at that. Look. Oh. I'm going to give it to you nice and slow. All of that chocolate. Oh, man. Get excited, people. Anything special the folks need to know about this, Chip?
Just save room when you come in. So this is our version of Boston cream pie.
Ooh.
So of course your traditional yellow cake, sponge cake, Bavarian cream in the middle. But everyone's like, well, where's the chocolate on top?
Right.
You know, like a Bavarian cream.
That's what they're looking for. Oh, no, you didn't, Chip. So you stopped that. Like singing happy birthday when it's nobody's birthday.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. People, do you see what's going on right here? We're about to do some naughty things. Get ready for them. How do folks do it, Chip? Do they just
go right in? Don't be shy.
Oh, would you look at that? Oh my goodness. And look at the break right there. Just. First off, that chocolate. Sweet. It's like perfection mixed in with like a pound cake. If you're thinking of a yellow cake, but more of the consistency of the pound cake. Still got the softness going in there, and then all of a sudden you get like the cold cream shot. So that's crazy. Now, what are these little pellets?
Little salted caramel on the side. Give you a little crunch, a little
Yeah,
saltiness.
little crunch and munch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm scared, Chip.
We got to do it.
I'm scared.
It's time.
The question again is how, Chip? How do they do this? Knock it over? Like, do they just go
start at the top and just go right down.
Just go straight down?
Just go straight down.
Do you think I got to pull this one off?
Absolutely. You got it.
All right.
See that? Look at
that. And like Jenga, it just topples over. Look at
chocolate timber.
I like that. I like that chocolate timber action. Hold on, we're in here. Ooh. That's more of a deeper, rich chocolate bite on that one, yes.
Dark chocolate, a little espresso in there.
I was gonna get an espresso shot.
Yeah.
So this wakes folks up, Chip?
Exactly.
I like where you're going. You're sitting there, you're eating, your eyes start to get a little low because you're eating so good and you're starting to get full. Chip said, no. Get that 23 layer, deep, rich chocolate, dark chocolate level with little espresso shots all throughout the cake. Wake right back up and then hit the casino.
So honestly, we want you to come in and you want to be taking like care of royalty, and we will do anything we can for you.
It's your main man, Daym Drops. Chip Miller, Michael Jordan Steakhouse. Oh yeah, baby.